Yep, cool. Okay, the next question comes from Weiwo, just on the point about putting orders, whether to put a day order or good till cancel order. Given that the
Yeah.
price of the option will change every day and the return might change too, is it good to actually place a GTC good till cancel order? And Priscilla has a further add-on to that saying, yes, what if the price gaps down? So a predetermined GTC price may not fetch as much premium as now.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I do not have a great answer to this. I mean, I usually take the lazy way out. I may not even log into the brokerage platform every day. But if you are paying attention, you can, let's say, even before the markets open, you can look at the futures prices and you can determine that, oh, today the markets are going down. I sometimes do that. Let's say I have uh, first of all, I'm usually reasonably greedy. When I first put in the order, if it doesn't get filled for a few days, then I just kind of concede bit by bit, like what I just did. And sometimes I look at the futures, and if I see the market's going to majorly open down, I might just pause the order, or I go and increase the order. I do that, but I don't have a elegant process or an elegant system to tell you. I mean, it is random. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm sure there are people, Viva, I'm sure might be doing it much better than I will. I mean, so for me, the uh, the calculation happens at the time of determination. So, I would not sell a put unless I get a certain return. And right now I was talking about 16%, 18%. Typically when I sell a put, I look for at least a 24, 25% return, sometimes even higher, so once that is staked, I just let the order, because it goes either way, right? If I can micromanage it and get a few cents more, yeah, sometimes I do. But that's not a system for me to talk. I mean, I can't give you a system for that.
Yep. And I think just to add on a bit from my side, I think just now the question on whether to put in a GTC or a day order, I think is similar as whether it's stocks or options. Just like for stocks, you can consider putting a GTC order or day order. So I think it's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
And then I think Cecilia has a questions which probably relates to this. So I'll just let her to jump on first.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's not related.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So we learned about selling put options so that I can buy a stock that I like uh at the valuation that I'm looking for, which is lower than the market price. So let's say let's talk about SE stock, right? I want to buy it at 140, where the market is now around 150. Yeah, so I sell a put option to buy it at 140. But I expect that come earnings, the price of this stock is going to shoot up. So can I also buy a call option uh, so the share price now is 150. Let's say I expect the share price to go up to 160, more than 160 after the earnings call. Then can I buy a call option like near earnings day to
Of course, why not? I mean, you can do anything. You can sell a put, you can buy a call. There are different strategies we talk about. In fact, I do it. I do it all the time. Absolutely, you can do that. Like, I mean, if you're expecting, the markets to go up, of course you can buy a call option. But the only thing for you to keep in mind is, Cecilia, just like you are expecting, I'm sure thousands or tens of thousands of other people, or maybe millions of other people, are also expecting. And what do you think that will do to the call option prices? Think economics, think demand and supply. So that will push up the demand for the call option prices. So even with the stock price staying there, which component of the option premium do you think it will push up? Can someone tell me? The intrinsic value doesn't change because the stock price is there, but there is a lot of demand. So, so one component of that's right. Yeah, the extrinsic value will go up, which means the overall option premium will go up. So the option will become more and more expensive. So your idea of, oh, you know what, I will just buy a call option. So when it announces earnings, you know, the stock will shoot up. What if that does not happen? Is there a 100% guarantee that will happen? Sometimes it doesn't, right? So it is possible that you end up overpay for a call option, which doesn't go in your favor. And after the earnings, something called the implied volatility, again, I will not go too much into depth, but let's say something will happen where the extrinsic value will completely collapse if the call option is out, and you can lose your entire call premium. Now, if you do it just once, that's okay, you know, just like it's, you know, it's not good enough to be lucky once, but when it comes to stupidity, it's great if you can just do it only once. And no, I'm not saying that this is stupid. I mean, a lot of people do, even I also do, but then it cannot be a consistent strategy, because if the entire whole world is expecting the stock price to go up and the calls are very high, so every time before the earnings, if you end up buying call options, it is not going to look very pretty on your long-term returns. Always, I mean, at least, you know, since you're part of this community, I will always keep reminding you, always think, never think only about one time, one occurrence, one trade, one position. Always think, whatever I am doing, if I do it 100 times, how will it affect my long-term returns? If I do it 1,000 times, if I do it for the next 10 years, how will it affect my long-term returns? So that is what matters. You know, you're not in the market just for this one trade or 1 year, right? You have to come up with a process which is repeatable, which is scalable, and which will give you a long-term return. So that's the reason why. Having said that, there are strategies which, you know, you can, if you go through the case studies, there are several case studies where I actually have bought call options before, you know, so when you buy, at what price, what strike, I mean, there are considerations, you know. So we can discuss that in the monthly tutorials.
Okay. Thanks, Rupa.
You're welcome.
Cool. We'll go back to some of the questions earlier.
Panjin, actually, this is very right. You know, the extrinsic increases. Many companies even beat earnings, the share price goes south. Possible, it's possible. Many things can happen, you know. Often you will see that for a call option, even though it was not part of today's topic, it is possible that the share price actually goes up. So intuitively you think that, hey, so my call option should benefit, right? But it is possible that the call option price actually goes down, you know, because while the intrinsic value has gone down, the extrinsic value, the high extrinsic value which you paid to buy the option, that might have got completely crushed. It's like air taken out of a balloon, you know, and you might lose money because of that. So it's tricky. Next.
Yep. On an earlier questions by Priscilla, the question is a stock listed on several exchanges simultaneously? And I'm not sure what's the context. So maybe Priscilla, if you want to unmute yourself and follow up, feel free to do so.
Hi, it was just now you chose a smart exchange and you mentioned you don't know, and there's a range of the commission. So it seems to suggest that it can come from any of these exchanges and they charge different fees. So that's why I asked whether they are listed simultaneously on different exchanges.
There are, you know, Priscilla, but I think, I don't know, is Vaibhav still here, or maybe he, I think he will be able to answer this question better, because, you know, frankly, my knowledge about exactly what the difference of these exchanges are, what are the nuances is not great. I'm not the best person to answer this. I actually don't worry about this. I just choose smart. As long as I'm getting the price which I want, how do I care whether it got executed in Chicago or whether it got executed in Philly? You know, I'm not going to, I'm not going to, you know, invite the guy who sold me the option or bought the option from me to
Yeah.
become my Facebook
That's
friend, right?
yes,
So
no,
I don't care much about it. So I'm sorry, I don't actually know the answer. I'm sorry.
no worries, no worries. Thanks.
But people who are, you know, who are traders, who actually pay a lot of attention to these things, I think they will be able to answer this question. Like, what are the nuances in these exchanges? Okay.
The next one comes from Weibo, where it's about paying for live data. So if we don't pay for live data in interactive brokers, how do we get the price of the option to calculate the XIRR?
The XIRR has got nothing to do with the live data, but let me not, first of all, the XIRR return, it depends upon uh, the notional value of the option and the premium that we are receiving. So you saw I placed a limit order. So I'm deciding on the premium that I want and I place the limit order. So in fact, I don't subscribe to live data. I used to earlier, I used to spend a lot of money subscribing to live data. I don't need it because I just place limit orders. So my orders will only get filled at prices which I want. You know? However, you know, I don't want to get into the XIRR calculation here because this is not the right forum. We covered that in extensive detail in the option series videos, but it really doesn't matter. The live data, even if you don't have, you place an order, or someone gave me the idea the other day, you know, in fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just open a TOS Thinkorswim account where we get access to free live data. Maybe just put whatever, $100 or something like that, just to access the live data. And I look at the live data there and come and place the order here. In fact, for stocks, I do the same thing. I go to this site called tradingview.com, tradingview, where they have live stock prices, because I frankly don't need the live stock prices. You know, for me, even if there is no stock market, you know, that's still fine, because I'm more focused on the business. Okay, next question.
The next two questions relate to strategies on how to achieve an XIRR of at least 24% or 25%.
Okay, that's outside the scope of today's session. I can discuss that on 1st of October, please. So let us today stay focused on you know, the topic. Paul
Yep.
Hahn is here. I can see. I got a scolding from Paul Hahn for digressing in the part 1. In fact, he gave very good feedback. So did Ruth. Thank you very much for all those who gave feedback on this. So I realized that, you know, the part 1 we dragged on too much because we digressed too much, took up, you know, many of the intermediate advanced questions. But right now, let's stick to what we covered today.
Yep, that's a good point. So with that in mind, we have no remaining questions from the floor. If anyone has any questions, feel free to raise it now.
Okay, that's great. Fanlian, could you share our the option series brochure to people, for those who are not our subscribers yet, and those who are interested? This can be a very good time to join, because we have just introduced the silver level, which is mainly keeping the beginners in mind at a very attractive price. And there is another benefit which comes, which is very soon we are going to launch our research series program. And as always, our subscribers get priority. So we will offer, and typically people who have experienced our previous launches, they know that we offer ridiculously attractive prices to our uh, existing subscribers at the time of launch. So this might be the window is short, but it might be a good window for you to join us if you're sitting on the fence.
Hey Rupam, Cecilia again. Can I ask some more questions?
Sure, sure, sure. Feel free. Today, actually, I feel great. Normally, it goes on till for 4.5 hours. Today, I have wrapped up in 2 hours, and I think it's all good. Even Fan Liang is not sleepy today, so you feel free to go ahead till Fan Liang dozes off. He's in Melbourne, Australia.
Thanks, Rupam. Thanks, Fan Liang. Yeah. So Rupam, I totally agree with you. As these call options, put options is hard because there's so many directions and it's hard for the brain to kind of digest everything at one go. But the part that I do remember is, I can sell put options to complement my strategy to hold my stocks long term. So that's kind of one way to sell put options and earn some premium, right? And when the price of the stock that you want is too high for you to purchase them outright from the market.
Yes.
So that's one strategy that I remember very well.
Yeah.
But in terms of call and put, are there other strategies that helps to complement our investment? Is this the only one?
Oh, no. There are lots of Cecilia in the in the option series program. We have like 50 odd different strategies, and they'll keep getting added. The options are extremely versatile, extremely versatile. I mean, we haven't even talked about, and I'm not going to talk about those today, but there are strategies combining two options, a put and a call, or a call and a call. They're multi-legged, so there is no end to it. You can be as great, and they play a role, because see, I don't complicate things. I keep it very simple initially, but sometimes just being aware of these different strategies will help you to adjust your positions, so they're very versatile, and it can help to generate a lot of cash inflows, if you're aware of those strategies. I mean, like, okay, let me just make a mention. There are these calendar spread strategies where you combine options expiring on different dates, a very powerful strategy. These days I hardly directly enter into a calendar spread, but let's say if I buy a simple call option, or I sell a put option, I can let's say I have purchased a call option, very simple, it expires 2 years from today, right? And I paid a certain amount of money. I can, on top of that, I can keep selling shorter dated call options and keep bringing in premium. These are like great, very versatile strategies. It worked great. After some time, my option will be completely risk-free. In fact, in the monthly tutorial, I have shown position. On 1st of October, you can remind me in a monthly tutorial. I will show you positions where you see that max risk, that figure, that is green. That shows the minimum profit, which means I have already brought in more cash than what I paid to open the option position. So very powerful option strategies.
Thank you, Rupam. So my second question is, I really enjoyed the first and second tutorial. My basic introduction to call and put is really helpful.
You're welcome. Yeah.
So to move on to the next stage, right? So this is really tailored for beginners. Is kind of right amount for me to get started. But to move on to the next stage, the only thing I understand is you have a monthly tutorial, right? But that is kind of more open-ended. How do I kind of like grow my knowledge of options in a more structured
The
manner?
next step, the monthly tutorial is a doubt clearing session. That's an open-ended doubt clearing session. But the option series program is much more than the monthly tutorial, right? So we have the silver membership, then the gold membership, and the diamond membership. Diamond membership is everything. It's kind of like total access. But the next step after this beginners thing would be the first level, which is the silver membership, where we introduce strategies, we introduce concepts where you get to understand options a bit more, something called the option Greeks. So you'll realize that there are many things on the screen where I showed the options. Today I just showed you the price. There are a lot of other things which I just grayed out, because I did not think it would be relevant for today's context. So gradually we introduce those. So the way we look at options is that, first of all, I don't like giving thumb rules. A lot of people, come and ask, what should I do? Should I buy a 70 delta? Should I buy a 30 delta? I don't think in those lines. We think from first principle. I believe that spend that time to, even if it means spending a little bit more time to understand the building blocks. And after that, you will be able to use those building blocks to make much larger, much taller buildings. And that is what I encourage everybody to do. Whereas most people, they have this tendency of, let me just go and find this strategy. Let me go and find these 3 or 4 thumb rules, and I'll just go and use that and, make some money. It doesn't work, guys. It can work for a few months, maybe for a year, but we are talking, everything that we do in MoneyWise Smart revolves around creating long-term wealth, compounded wealth. And,
Yeah.
so you need to learn all the building blocks to be able to then, tie them together. And it's a slow process.
So Rupam, sorry, I guess I know. So I've heard you talking about the membership level. So I'm actually subscribed already. So
I know that. Yeah,
it
I know that. Yeah.
tutorial? Is it the tutorial that we have to go on Teachable to do it ourselves, and then after that, end of the month, then we go.
One sec. Teachable, we have a huge number of modules, all the videos. You haven't gone through the course?
Sorry, I'm a working mom. It's really
No problem, Cecilia. Take your time. There's no rush. So you have subscribed. So go to Teachable, go to the option series program. So you have already attended the basic programs, right? So initially, when we launched the program, we had decided that we will not target beginners. And that's the reason in the introductory video, I said that, hey guys, we don't cover the absolute basics. But after that, I saw that, many people came and asked us, so we changed our mind. And that's the reason, keeping that in mind, we invested the time in creating this 2-part series, this part 1 and part 2, which I hope, have been able to introduce the basic concepts to people. Of course, I mean, there is some amount of self-study that is required, right? I mean, you can't develop expertise just by restricting your information source to only one, right? So, watch these videos again and again. And then if you watch the introductory video, I have actually added a banner. Earlier, I had mentioned in the introductory video that this is not for beginners, but now I added a banner saying that if you're a beginner, start with the beginners videos, the basic videos. And after that, there are like lots of modules. Actually, let me just since you're asking, let me just show you this, so that your doubt is clear. So you should, and I completely appreciate, you're a working mom. There are a lot of people who are crunched for time. All you need is just few minutes every day. Maybe just watch one video or 2 videos, even when you're going to work, take it slow. Whatever I have covered, as I mentioned, whatever I have covered in the today's and the other day's sessions, it took me a year to learn these things, you know. Okay, so let me just share the screen and I'll show you what I'm talking about, then it'll make sense. So this is our course curriculum, you know, this option series. You can see the screen, right, Cecilia?
Yep.
Yeah, so you see the introduction to the course. This is the first video, but now we have introduced this module, option basics. So here I have the part 1 video, and then today's video, I will upload it here. This is the part 2. And then, you know, you just follow the program. It's very well structured. You know, there's an entire module on how we think about options. There we introduce the building blocks like time value of money, how Mr. Buffett thinks of option premium. Exactly the way we think of option premium, we have learned it from, you know, Mr. Buffett. You know, how we use options to model his thought process, you know, how to increase the internal rate of return. Someone was asking about XIRR. So there's a proper 12-minute video on that. And then you have option volatility and the Greeks. So many option traders, they don't even bother about the Greeks, whereas I have, you know, one lecture on each of these Greeks. And then option payoff diagrams. Then on bid-ask spread, I have a full 13-minute video. And then, you know, then lots of advanced concepts, which right now you don't even need to bother about, lots of case studies, you know, so it's a very elaborate program. Frankly speaking, I mean, I can very confidently say that, look, I have we wanted to make it good. I have extensively researched on the internet to find out other offerings. I have gone and subscribed. I can confidently say that no one comes close. I have seen high quality option videos. There are people who do that, but they do it from the trading angle, from, you know, from a long-term investor point of view, tying everything together, and you don't have to rush. Give my videos 15 minutes a day, Cecilia. I'm sure you will have the time. And 2 years down the line, let's have a one-on-one call and you tell me that, Rupam, you had asked me to do this 2 years back. You tell me whether it has helped you or not. And I'm actually ready to go on record in a public, you know, recorded video that, that you will see magic happen if you show the commitment through consistency. Commitment doesn't mean that you need to spend several hours every day and pour over. No, don't do that. That can actually be, you know, watch the videos, think, ask questions on the forum, go at a snail's pace, because we often overestimate what we can achieve in a day or in a week or in a month, but we grossly underestimate what we can achieve in a year's time if we put in some deliberate practice. And that is exactly how, you know, the magic happened with me. Initial years, I used to, you know, I was very impatient. I wanted to learn quickly. You know, I was doing a lot of stuff. I was learning, and I was completely going in the wrong path. And then I stepped back, completely stepped back, you know, slowed down, decided that, you know, I will spend time, read, understand, and spend that consistent time. 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes. Everybody can do that, you know. And over the years, things just, you know, fell in place one after the other. Things started making sense. The entire, you know, the big picture got formed. And it's like, you know, brick by brick, it got built. And now I'm at a position I feel very, does it mean that I don't make mistakes? Hell no. I mean, even now I make mistakes. I absolutely have, I analyze and realize that, hey, that was a mistake. That was a bad position. But the numbers, the percentage of that has come down significantly. You know, everything is focused on long-term compounding. I have achieved much more emotional stability. I don't let myself be worried by this. Oh, is the market crashing? You know, is this trade war happening? You know, is COVID going to wipe out the human race? I mean, I don't let myself, if something has to happen, which is beyond my control, it's beyond my control, you know? So I just try to control what I can. I mean, it's a bit of a stoic philosophy, but it works.
I realize there are other questions, but sorry, just one more question.
Feel free.
I mean, how, so we've learned a few things in the basic course, right? At least I learned the sell the put options to earn some premium while waiting for the price to come down to the amount I need. Do you think we can like just go out and trade now, or do?
Absolutely. Open a simulated account, and why don't you actually, follow the same principles? There are enough videos talking just about this basic, simple strategy. Let me spend 10 seconds summarizing. You have a list of companies which you like. You have some idea, you can seek help and can to arrive at a approximate valuation. See if the share price is higher than that, then go and look at the put options and see if, if I want to allocate so much capital, let's say whatever, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 5 million, depending upon your situation, I want to buy that stock, then which is the best option to buy? Seek help, ask people to help, see which is the option which is giving you the maximum return on that, without compromising on the price, and then maybe try out some simulated trades, in this paper trading account. You can do whatever you want. Feel free to make all the mistakes. If you still don't feel confident, do that for a few months. See how the price changes. And then after a few months, looking back, you'll be very happy you took that first step. Look, you have to take that action, otherwise you can sit for all my tutorials, forever. You're most welcome to do that. But unless you take that action, uh, you won't be doing justice to your time, So doing it, making the mistakes, the only advice is keep the mistakes small initially, don't try it with uh, large positions, and try and see how it happens, because it's very difficult to explain in a 2 hour 3 hour tutorial every single nuance. When you put in, like, that's the reason why when I opened up Interactive Brokers and while putting in the order, I was able to tell you guys about stuff which was not planned, like which exchange to send it to, why it does or doesn't matter to me, and some of those stuff. So when you actually do the stuff, you'll come across questions, and then, feel free to ask questions. I mean, that's how you learn. Don't be impatient. You know, if you're a beginner, expertise won't happen in weeks or months. But if you're gritty, if you just stick onto it, try to understand the principles. We are there to help. I mean, this is what we do. This is our business, This is what Fanlia and I do full time. So gradually you'll see your understanding, and that also will follow an exponential curve. Your understanding will grow slowly, and then it will grow faster and faster, and that's exactly how it will happen.
Thank you very much, Rupa.
You're most welcome.
Next, we have two questions from Siyong and Kenny, and I'll just combine them together.
Sure.
So it's regarding the courses. So can I check how long does it take to complete the videos in the silver level? And if I'm able to learn them well, can I top it up to the next level at what price?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Finish the question. Yeah.
And if I only enroll in the silver level now, will I be able to catch up with the discussions and case studies since I have no knowledge of the gold and diamond levels?
Okay, the answer is absolutely. So the way we do the tutorials, and that's the reason our tutorials take longer than usual, is that even if I see someone asking a slightly advanced question, I try to address it by talking a little bit about, referring to the fundamentals. So you absolutely will not be lost in the tutorials. And hey, you don't have to know all the strategies. Let's say if you are at the silver level, and if someone is in the diamond level and asking a question which is not relevant for you, that's okay. I mean, just be aware that something like that is there, but you don't have to chase all strategies. And regarding your first question, how much time it will take, it will completely depend on you. In fact, I would encourage you not to rush. Look, if I'm trying to be a salesperson, I'll tell you that, hey, you know what, every day you should do 2 hours and after 1 month you upgrade to gold. No, please don't do that, because that way I will be, doing disservice to you. You'll be doing disservice to yourself. There is enough in the silver level for a beginner to, to start using options. Take your time. You decide how much it'll take. Now, the only reason why sometimes you will hear us talking about upgrading is because, see, that's a commercial reason which you'll also appreciate. The silver level, the course curriculum is full. Okay. So while, our prices, like everything else, follow, demand and supply. This is the first year. So our prices, we have kept it at low. So the prices will increase. But the gold level and the diamond level, the price increase will be much faster, because most of the new additions, the new modules that we are launching, like the entire calendar spread module or the other advanced modules, they will be added to the gold and the diamond level. So as that happens, it's only fair that the gold and the diamond level prices reflect the value that we are offering. Because frankly speaking, right now, we offer 20x more value than what we charge. We want to serve you guys not just for a few months, not just for 1 year, for forever. I mean, this is a lifetime membership. I want to see you guys. I want to see your kids join our program. That is our, and many of our members have their kids who have joined us. So I want to be helping you 10 years from now, 15 years from now. So go at your own pace. There is no rush whatsoever, and you can upgrade anytime you want. It will just make commercial sense for you to upgrade faster than later. But then, for example, right now to upgrade from silver to gold, I think the difference is $300. Now, maybe a year from now, this difference will be $800. But trust me, if you understand the time value of money concept, the value upgrade that you will get will at least be $8,000 worth of value upgrade if we are asking you to pay an additional $800. So that 10:1 ratio, we will always maintain that disproportionate amount of value. So that is our principle. Poiling Mark is asking, what is the price of the full membership? I assume you're talking of the diamond membership. The lifetime membership price right now is $19.99, which will go up pretty fast, as I just mentioned. The gold membership prices, you can actually find the prices in the document Fan Liang shared. So if you click on enroll now, it's not a one-click enrollment, guys. So don't worry. If you just click, you can get all the information. So the diamond level now is $19.99, the gold level is $15.99, and the silver level is $12.99. So that is how it is priced. And it is common knowledge, because for people who are from Singapore, the other offerings, how much more they charge and how much less they cover as compared to us. So on that front, I have, I'm not apologetic at all to confidently claim that the nearest good guy doesn't even cover 10% of what we cover. So I think the value that you get is phenomenal. Kenny, if you enroll for the silver level now, and if you want to upgrade to the gold or diamond, so yeah, it will be the top up. You will just top up the difference. Okay, so we will send you a special link, the upgrade link. So you will just pay the difference, but the difference will be as per the gold price at that point of time. I'll give you an example. Let's say right now you're enrolling for the silver level at $12.99. The gold price is $15.99. So if you want to upgrade after a week, you feel that it's really good value, you are feeling confident, you want to go for the gold. So a week from now, you tell us, and Fan Liang will send you a link for that additional top-up amount of $300, and you get gold membership. However, let's say you decide to upgrade a year from now, and a year from now, let's say the gold membership is at whatever, 24.99. So then your difference will be that, you know, 24.99 minus the 12.99, which is the logical thing. But because you're thinking of enrolling now for the, you get into the community just by, you know, enrolling for the silver level. So you get all the community benefits like participation in the monthly tutorials, you know, discounted uh, offers for the other programs. And plus there are a lot of other stuff which are planned, you know, you'll see in the community. I mean, we have very exciting stuff that have planned. The tutorials are only new for us. You know, we have just been doing for a few weeks, and now based on the response that we have got, we have been very encouraged. So there's much more that we will be offering. No, pulling mark. No, there is no add-on level above diamond. The diamond is the ultimate level, and we will keep adding to the diamond, but that is, as far as options series is concerned, that is the total access. So everything that will ever be there in option series will be included in the diamond level, unless of course I decide to offer a one-on-one coaching, which right now I do not have any plans, but that will be a very different thing where, you know, it's like spending one-on-one, which at some point of time we may think about it, but right now we do not have any such plans. Definitely not at the COVID thing. But then, you know, the diamond level captures everything that will be there. If one already, Rupam, did you just say this is the first year? No, what I meant is this is the lifetime membership, and the program, the option series was launched this year, if that is what you meant. So I'm not sure I'm getting your question. The membership is for lifetime, but the option series has been launched this year. It has been in the works for a very long time. We have been working on the curriculum for a very long time. We have been informally helping people, but on Teachable, packaged like this, it's the first time. Earlier, it was more of service. I used to, you know, consult people, but that's how it is. See, Young, the content of the, see, all levels will have additions, all levels, even silver levels, because think of it like this. These tutorial videos itself, they're action packed, and think what will happen a year from now. All these tutorial videos, the silver levels will have access to, and we will discuss strategies in the tutorial video. So I'm not going to tell you, hey, you're silver level, so you please log out. No, we are not going to do that. So it might be difficult for a silver level member to follow some of the advanced strategies, but you're most welcome to sit through it. You know, we are most welcome. There will not be any, you know, silos or stuff like that. You know, so that way even the silver level content will get enhanced. But what I'm trying to say is the gold level and the diamond level, the acceleration will be much faster, because there are, you know, many advanced modules that we will be and guys, frankly speaking, right now the price difference between the silver level and the gold level and the diamond level is not much. So right now at this moment, if you ask me, the best value, while the diamond level is the highest priced at $19.99, but the diamond level offers significantly more value than the other levels, for the very simple reason of, you know, the kind of strategies that we covered there. So if you're price conscious, then maybe silver level, but if you're value conscious, then yes, the option series started this year in its current form, packaged on Teachable. That's the correct answer. Where can I watch the first and today's tutorial? It's all there. We keep posting the recordings on our Facebook groups. So both on the investment forum as well as on the investing fundamentals, if you are existing, yeah, Fan Liang has just posted the link. So we provide all our links there.
Hey Rupam, this is Lance, by the way.
Yes.
Just a quick question. Let's say for example, right, I see a stock, for example, CrowdStrike, right? I am confident that at $100 that is where I want to buy.
Yes.
I sell a put option. But the thing is, do you have a criteria for like how much premium I must make on that, or as long as I make some premium, good enough?
Oh, no, 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 no. We have a very elaborate criteria. I mean, that's why you would have heard some people talking about XIRR. So they are referring to, some of these modules which we cover in which I just showed. So we not only have criteria, we have very elaborate criteria of deciding. You can see the screen, right, Lance? So if you look at this, how to increase internal rate of return while selling ports, and how we use options to model Buffett's thought process. So these videos all covered that, and also the decision on what is the best strike to use. So there's a very rational, mathematical, but very easy to understand. When you see it, you say, I mean, it will be an aha moment, because the same thing happened with me. I mean, when I saw it. So absolutely, they're very well laid out methods for evaluating these.
Sure, thanks.
Kaisun, I just saw your question about 1 million. Yeah, let's discuss this in the, I mean, it won't be relevant for beginners today, because I have to go into, a lot of calculations in XIRR. Let's discuss it in the monthly tutorial. I'll explain exactly. And there, by the way, is a video where I talk about the system. So there we have explained, it is not about just one position, over time, how does it all add up? So I have explained that. So if you can watch the system related videos in option series, we have covered that. Priscilla is asking your annualized return on 16.2%. That's okay, though we aim for minimum 20%. Priscilla, that was just an example. I mean, if I can achieve on my entire portfolio, that is on my entire net worth, compounded return of 16.2%, that's not bad at all. But yeah, that's an example. That's just an example. So funnily, I'm just randomly browsing through the earlier questions. I'm not going in an order. So if there is anything, please interrupt.
I think we have addressed most with some of the more advanced ones reserved for the next tutorial.
Okay, and all right.
We have a latest question from Hui Ling. When is the 1999 price for diamond level offer going to end?
I think pretty soon. We will keep it on for some time, but this is purely market driven. It's difficult for us to say. See, the thing is, here also it's demand and supply, right? And it's also, to be fair to our existing members. I mean, think of it. I mean, there are our earliest subscribers. They trusted us when the course content was, let's say, less than 50% of this. Okay, and that is the time we just launched. They trusted us, and then subsequently we have launched new programs. So it's only fair that as and when our course content goes up, and even these price increases, it's not that we are going to be very unreasonable about it. It will always trail the value, but it will eventually. I can't give you a specific date. I mean, we discuss, we take various things into consideration, and we do it. But one thing I think it's relevant here to mention, I know, in fact, this is relevant because I have had personal chats with some people. I know there are some people who are waiting on the sidelines. saying that, so when is the next, discount offer going to come? Guys, there's one thing I can assure you. Never, ever in a trillion years will it happen that, let's say you have purchased a package for 1999, and then for some reason, be it Black Friday or one stupid thing, I go and offer a discounted price on the same package for 1599. That will be extremely unfair to you guys who have already purchased and paid the highest price. So that will never happen. If inadvertently you ever find that I have done it, please bring it to our notice. And I'm going on record saying that we will refund your entire purchase price, even to put you through that experience. So that much confident I am. Fan Liang knows how important it is for us to be fair. And, as I have mentioned several times, it is not about us. It is about you guys. Our entire business revolves around you. So you are the central character of our business, our subscribers. So, it's extremely high priority for us to be fair and provide you with an experience where you feel that you are receiving amazing amount of value. Ruth, the tutorial is available to all. The tutorial, so we right now do not have any plans of segregated tutorials for gold, silver, diamond. The tutorial is, one of the different ways of attaching value, and we let people, sit through it. It's easy for us to manage, so we keep it for all. But the real value, which is segregated, are the 3 levels. The diamond level is completely different from the gold level. It includes everything included in the gold plus much more. The gold includes everything that's there in the silver plus much more. So that's where the main segregation happens. The tutorial is combined. Salim, join now. Yeah, that's the thing. Salim, again, let me remind you, this is something like never try to time the market. It does in investing, it is not going to work here because that is how it is. Okay, Cecilia, good night. So right now, totally, we have over 100 members. I lose track of the latest numbers, but we have over totally in our community in the course group between option series and investing fundamentals. We have close to 150 members. Actually, okay, sorry, we definitely have many more members because I know people who have not yet joined the group. I have sent them links, I have sent them personal messages, and they have not yet. So my estimate is I think we should have somewhere between 150 to 160 members. That is my estimate right now. And I expect this number to go up significantly because we really we hardly do any marketing. So what we have is, Kenny, absolutely. The silver level is good enough. And trust me, if it was not good enough, I wouldn't have kept it as a separate level. Let me tell you my personal experience. When I, started with options for the first 3-4 years, I have not done stuff which is not covered in the silver level. So you're, absolutely fine. Yeah, sometimes, ask for help if you need some adjustments. We might, through our Facebook group or through the tutorial, you might get to hear about some, advanced ways of adjusting a position. That's okay. We are not going to say that, hey, Kenny, please shut your ears because you have not registered. We don't want to do that. For us, bringing everybody forward is our biggest reward. Frankly, neither I nor Fan Liang need to do it for money, even though we are a very profitable company. We are a lean organization, and we reinvest. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we do it because we enjoy doing it. Otherwise, I don't believe, it's possible for me to go on for, 3 hours, 4 hours, 4.5 hours at the same energy level. And after this, I'll go for a jog outside. So. Any other question, Falyan? Okay, yeah, I presume the 1299 will stay because Jim said don't jump into it as there will be session with Rupam to understand the course. Pulling, if you are from Jim, you can discuss with them, but there's one thing which I can assure you, that it is not going to happen that just because someone has come from Jim, there is a special price that will be there. Yeah, we might conduct, I mean, we have a very good relationship with them. We might conduct sessions for that is purely from a logistical point of view, because they have a lot of people, so sometimes it might be easy to do, but it's not going to happen that I'm doing something special for Jim which I'm not doing for the other members. There will be other sessions for other members where it will be will be so
yeah,
so yeah.
Sorry, so there was a misunderstanding there, because my question then was will the promotion be not available after that Sunday?
But yeah, the promotion was only available for that
yeah
meeting.
Yeah, so that discussion wasn't very clear. It paints the impression that after the session clarification with you, then something can be worked out. Then yeah.
No, look, as I mentioned, we will never do any. Yeah, we will never do any one-off side deals, because as I said, that will be very unfair to others. So
if you were to know then earlier, then it will be a different thing, because before, I mean, honestly, from my perspective, is that before they mentioned about you coming, I'm about to click to subscribe, and then they said that there will be a session with you. Then yeah, so then I hold it, because there's a presumption. Like I keep on asking, there's no answer, and they say that the session will be let's listen to you and clarify first. So yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry if there has been any any miscommunication. I can talk to them. I'm not exactly sure what transpired, but there's one thing which always I confidently say that there will never be any discrepancy. There is one aspect of the business which I'm very confident that neither Fanliang, in fact Fanliang, he focuses on the finances. I mean, I'm very confident he will never have to spend even 1 second is trying to reconcile where someone comes and says that, hey, you offered this person this price, and why am I not getting because everything will be over the board. Just like when we analyze businesses, we like businesses where we see very high levels of integrity. So how can we be any different? For us, even if I mentioned in the part 1, even if I don't get a single new customer, that's fine. We will continue to do exactly the same, with the same energy, with the same forever, because this is who we are, this is what we do, and this is what we would have done anyway. So
I have one more question. I'm checking out your silver, gold, and diamond.
Yeah.
My question is that the gold and diamond seems very complex, and for value investors, is silver level good enough? And the subsequent question is that how often value investor were to adopt gold level or diamond level kind of strategies?
Okay, I think I'll answer in a way where it answers your question and also Kenny's question. That first of all, the silver level, okay, let me put it like this. I could have not launched the gold level and the diamond level at all, and still the silver level would have been 10x more robust than even the nearest option provider in Singapore. And I can say that very, very confidently. And I know that because I have even discussed this with, with trainers of other programs who are my good friends. So that is number one. So Kenny, to answer your question, yeah, the silver, by using the silver level, you can absolutely start off executing. And as I said, for my first few years, I have used the strategies, that I cover in the silver level. Now, different people have different requirements. Like, for example, I use a lot of strategies using calendar spreads, which I use for adjusting my positions. And there are some case studies there. So for that, I use concepts which are available in the gold level or in the diamond level. So this is a question of, don't let FOMO dictate your decision, I mean, as I said, I laid it out in front of you, the commercial reason for you to go for a diamond level. If you think that, you would like to learn more, you would like to take it forward. So yeah, it perfectly makes sense to go for a diamond level membership, even though the specific diamond level modules you are only going to get into, let's say 6 months, 8 months, or even 1 year from now, because 1 year from now, the price of the diamond level modules will be much higher. However, if you decide that, you know what, not a problem, I'll stick with silver level, let me gain mastery over the silver level, and then after a year or after 2 years, even if the diamond level is higher priced, that's okay. I mean, it's also significantly higher valued. It's like this, guys. Today, a business might have an intrinsic value of 100, like Facebook. Let's say my estimate of Facebook's intrinsic value is anywhere between, around 250, 270, somewhere this level. That doesn't mean that 3 years down the line, Facebook will still have an intrinsic value of that. I mean, the intrinsic value also compounds. So similarly, this will also compound. So you're absolutely justified in starting with the silver level now, gaining mastery, and a year from now, maybe spend a little bit more and get to the gold level or diamond level, because, the value that you're receiving a year from now will be significantly higher. Young, it's entirely an online course. There is no physical interaction. In future, will we organize physical get-togethers? Maybe, after the COVID thing, we could, but that has got nothing to do with the course. Like I sometimes, I sometimes actually meet our community members, maybe share a meal, maybe have a coffee or have lunch. I'm very accessible that way, but, the core course is entirely online. It's videos, it's through the Zoom tutorials, and that's how it is. Yeah, Ruth, you're right. I mean, we had actually specified very clearly that it will. Young, the main communication channel is, yeah, we provide all our support, and our support is also excellent. People ask questions. You can ask, Priscilla, if she's still here, in fact, we really appreciate she throws a lot of questions, some of them challenging, and we make it a point. And nowadays, there are other community members who are advanced. They also chip in, like Fabian, then Vaibhav, they are quite advanced, and they chip in by, responding to a lot of questions. Fan Liang is always there. So we don't give cursory responses. We take each and every question very seriously, and we provide very detailed. I mean, anyone who has been in the forum can confirm this to you. So yeah, but the communication is mostly through the Facebook group. We also have a YouTube channel where we post the videos, but it's Facebook group and through this, tutorial. So Kenny, I hope I answered your question. Any other question anyone has? Okay, one new. Awesome. Kenny, thanks. Thanks. We'll really appreciate that. Young, thanks. And if, after this, if you guys have any question, just feel free to message me or Fan Liang, or, just ask in the group. So that I think we have covered most. And Salim, again, a reminder, don't try to time the market. It never works. So guys, I hope you guys, derived some value from today's session. I personally feel today we were much more focused. So, we always appreciate a few nice words. It helps us, it helps in spreading the word. We are working really hard. So I'll really appreciate, if you can give us a shout out on Facebook. It's, it's a request. It'll really help us, and it helps uh, increasing our community. New people come in, and we always appreciate that. So, any other questions? You can just a few minutes. Ruth, I hope today's session, I have taken a lot of feedback from you. So I hope you enjoyed today's session and picked up something. I'm asking her specifically because she gave me very detailed feedback. Awesome, Jordan. Thank you. Salim, you're most welcome. Most welcome. Great, Ruth. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, guys. So just, give us a shout out on Facebook so that people, actually there are a lot of community members, they are newbies, but for some reason, they miss the session. So if they hear from you guys, then, that will encourage them to at least go and spend the time in watching the recordings, and that will really help them, so we want everybody to benefit. Okay, and even if you have attended the session, I would suggest watch the recordings. Thanks, Berlin. Thank you. There are bits and pieces you might pick up, and the best part about watching recording is you can always fast forward the sections which are not relevant for you, right? Like existing community members, you can fast forward the section where I'm talking to people about explaining to them what option series is. I mean, you guys are already in it. So, okay, thanks everybody. It's very energizing, and we really enjoy doing this. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you guys who are already in the program on the 1st of October. It will be action-packed, I promise. So thank you and good night. Signing off now.